Hi, I'm Ben the Sleep Doctor, and this is my Wholehearted MD Autocomplete interview. How sleep works. Oh, okay. So, so sleep doesn't work. No, I'm just kidding. Sleep.
Sometimes.
So sleep works. I guess the best way to answer this would just be you have pretty much 4 stages of sleep, and so you cycle through. You go into 1, 2, 3, come out, and then you typically will go into something before you go into REM, and then you cycle through that. So first half of your night, you have more of that deep sleep on REM 3 sleep, which you can think of as restoring for your body. And then second half of your night tends to have more REM sleep, which is good for your mind. So, all right, let's see if we can get this one. Ooh, got it. How sleep affects weight loss. Oh, that's a good one. In general, can impact your hormones. That can make it more difficult for you to get good weight loss. And then it kind of can become a vicious cycle for that too. So also, just like behaviorally, if you think about it, like if I'm not getting good sleep and I don't feel refreshed, then it's going to be harder for me to like make those changes to actually, get to my goal. How sleep apnea is diagnosed. That's great. It's by a sleep study. We'll hook you up to a whole bunch of things so you're super uncomfortable, and then we're like, go to sleep while we're watching you through a camera. And so then we look at how many times you either have a shallow breathing during sleep that fragments your sleep, or we look at how many times you have a pause in breathing. Diagnose it that way. How sleep deprivation affects the body. Everything just doesn't work as well. Just bad. How sleep affects the brain. I think maybe a good or interesting thing on this is the longer you're awake, you build up sleep pressure. And so then when you sleep, your brain is kind of like cleaning out junk that builds up. And so the way that it does that is through your lymphatic system, which is the drainage system of the brain. And so sleep helps with that process of having good brain health, essentially. So, all right, how sleep reduces stress? It does. How sleep apnea affects the body? Well, that's good. So one of the biggest things for sleep apnea is that it actually temporarily dips your oxygen levels. And then the more that happens over the night, the more severe that can be. And so then that's just kind of like the catalyst for a bunch of things downstream happening. So how sleep paralysis works. Ooh, this is a good one. So sleep paralysis you can think of as kind of like getting stuck in between wake and sleep. So you're aware of your surroundings, but you have elements of sleep. So like seeing things that you would normally see in dreams or things like that are also present, which is super fun if you've ever experienced that. And now I'm going to do this. Are you ready?
I'm good.
All right. Who sleep? Who sleep? So this is probably the World Health Organization for who sleep recommendations. Yeah. But it's actually pretty good. So who sleep? I don't know. Who sleep?
Sleep recommendations.
Yes. So
most people.
for adults, 7 to 9 hours per night is recommended. The younger you are, the more. So like newborns are 14 to 17 hours per 24-hour period, and then that goes down to 7 to 9 by the time you're an adult. So next,
I thought it was gonna be like most people would recommend sleep.
Oh, I definitely recommend sleep.
Yeah.
Yes. Who sleeps with the fishes? Apparently, dead people.
The deceased.
The deceased
by the mob.
Yes. If you cross the mafia, that's the ones who sleep with the fishes. Who sleep with one eye open? Paranoid people. That
also the mafia.
Also people who double cross the mafia. All these poor people who are Googling this. Who sleep with one eye? All right. Who's Sleeping Beauty? So her name's Aurora. She fell asleep because of this evil witch named Maleficent. And you gotta see the movie if you want to know more. Who sleeping sickness? Yeah. So there's a couple different sleeping sicknesses you could possibly be talking about. So one is still a thing in Africa, the African sleeping sickness. The other one, there was a sleeping sickness epidemic that was from like 19 teens to 1930. It also goes by encephalitis lethargica, where like kind of this global phenomenon while all of a sudden people just like slept, and they just like slept for years. And we still to this day don't know why that happened. So, fun fact. Who sleep deprivation? Me. I'm sleep deprivation. No, I get pretty good sleep. Your mom?
No!
Probably.
I said new mom.
Oh, new moms. Your mom?
Your mom.
But probably your mom. Thank your mom, because she's most likely given up her sleep for you. So, okay. Who sleep with me? Oh.
Who is that?
Yeah, hopefully you know them. So, yeah. We'll move on. Who sleep time? That's probably also World Health Organization sleep time, which we already talked about. And then who sleeping hours? Same thing. So World Health Organization. Keep it up. Doing good things. When sleep. Here we go. When sleep mode is on iPhone. I don't know. I don't have an iPhone, so sorry. When sleep regression. Oh, this is a really good one. So a lot of times people will say like 4, 6, 12 months or whatever, but then research has shown that actually some children are always experiencing some form of sleep regression in the first year of life. So is it a thing that happens? Yes. Is it as textbook as you see online kind of a thing? No, not really. When sleep train baby. Typically around 4 to 6 months. It's kind of the best time. Any time before that, we don't think that the baby is able to kind of learn and like take the cues from their environment. Roughly around 4 to 6 months is when part of the brain that's responsible for memory starts to kind of light up more when they've done MRI studies in that age range. So they need to be able to remember the training in order to actually benefit from it. When sleep paralysis is dangerous. Sleep paralysis would be dangerous if you have like an undiagnosed sleep disorder. So if you have like severe sleep apnea that's fragmenting your sleep so much, that could actually be bringing about your sleep apnea. And if you can hear my dog, then you're welcome.
She says hi.
She says hi. When sleep apnea is dangerous, like we talked about, especially if it is like causing your blood oxygen to dip. So to all the people who have severe sleep apnea and they're like, I hate my CPAP machine. I do feel for you. You need to find a doctor who's going to work with you, but like, it's for your health. You need to use it. When sleep deprived. All the time. When sleep time. Anytime. When sleep meme. Oh, that must be a meme. I don't know about this meme, but I'm a fan already. All right, what's sleep? So, what's sleep apnea? Sleep apnea is when you have a pause in breathing that is happening so frequently it's fragmenting your sleep. So you can think about it of pretty much most of the time it's going to be from the neck up. Something along there is causing some kind of pause in breathing. We call that obstructive sleep apnea. Sometimes if you're not getting a signal to breathe from your brain, we call that central sleep apnea. Sometimes you can have a mix between the two. What sleeping position is best? You know, actually people ask me this all the time, and I just say the position that's most comfortable. There's not a lot of good research on sleep position. But yeah. What's sleeper build? What's sleeper build? I don't know. Sleeper build better person. What's sleep deprivation? Parenthood. What's sleep regression? Also parenthood. What's sleep training a baby? Parenthood. Yeah, there's a lot of parenthood ones. Good job. What's sleeping bag for baby? Oh, it's good. So safe sleep for a baby is you're going to put them into some kind of sleeper that swaddles them. There's nothing else in the bassinet besides them, the sleeper. They can't have a pacifier. That's okay. That's the safest thing for baby sleep. No blankets, no stuffies, no none of that fun stuff in the crib with them. Okay, and then finally, what's sleep apnea from the UK spelling? So, no difference in the UK as in America. Last but not least, why sleep? So, why sleep is important? Because you need it to be a human. Why sleep on left side? I don't know if OB still suggests this for pregnant women or not, but it's because on one side you have artery taking blood away from your heart, and the other side you have it coming back to your heart, and so that's usually coming up on your right side. So if someone's telling you you need to sleep on your left side, most likely medically the reason is because they're concerned about some kind of blood return back to your heart. Why sleep paralysis happens? I guess if you're asking what causes sleep paralysis to happen, a lot of times that's just, stress, something that's sleep deprivation, so something that's fragmenting your sleep. Why sleep is important for students? Because sleep is critical to the learning process. So the more REM sleep that you get, the more you are processing things from your day, and that's going to be helpful for learning. So best thing to do to learn is get a good night's sleep. Why sleep training is bad? It's not. Depending upon who you talk to, they're going to say things that like sleep training for your baby is traumatic, it's not natural, there's a lot of different narratives that are around sleep training. A good health professional who's talking to you about sleep training is going to put it within the concept of a responsive relationship with a parent. So it's built upon a good relationship with a parent, and in the setting of a tolerable stress. We all experience stress throughout our lives, and we don't want to create something that's toxic stress for infants. So it's something that is chronic, prolonged, unpredictable, things like that. Tolerable stress are things like getting shots, being dropped off at daycare for the new time, being in some new situation that you don't know how to respond or react to. You're supposed to have that stressful situation and then be back in that responsive support from your parents. And so the goal of sleep training for a health professional is to help a family be able to find what works within their context and their needs for an infant to sleep independently. It's not everyone's goal. You don't have to necessarily sleep train your child, but there's nothing wrong with it for the families that need to. Why sleep matters? Sleep matters because, I guess that's getting back to the reason, why do we sleep? We had theories of we sleep to recover from the stress from the day. We sleep as far as dreaming to be able to make connections and process things and be able to do better in the future. And so we have theories on what happens in sleep, but essentially sleep matters because it helps us to be able to continue living. Why sleep with socks on? Because you're a psycho if you sleep with socks on. That's why. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea why you would want to sleep with socks on, but I can't do it. Why sleep naked? Moving on. Why sleep is good for you? We already talked about that, but because your doctor said so. Thanks for watching my autocomplete interview. If you want to learn more, follow me at The Wholehearted MD.